You broke the INFJ. Now meet the Sigma. Today, we're uncovering a transformative journey that many INFJs experience. The shift from a people-pleaser INFJ to a detached Sigma INFJ. If you're an INFJ, or if you're close to one, you may have noticed this gradual but powerful change. It's not a coincidence or something that happens overnight. It's a profound journey that often follows a series of challenging experiences, leading the INFJ to embrace a Sigma personality, detached, independent, and deeply self-assured. Today, we'll explore the core reasons behind this transformation, identify the pivotal moments that often lead an INFJ to this change, and see how this shift can actually empower the INFJ to become their best self. By understanding the why and how of this journey, we can learn more about the rare and intricate INFJ personality. Before we dive into the journey of transformation, let's first understand the characteristics of the people-pleaser INFJ. INFJs are known for their warmth, empathy, and desire to create harmony. Their primary functions, introverted intuition, me, and extroverted feeling, fe, make them highly attuned to the emotions of those around them. This combination often leads INFJs to naturally care for others and put others' needs before their own. Here are some characteristics of the people-pleaser INFJ. Constantly agreeable. A people-pleaser INFJ, let's call her Emma, may go out of her way to agree with others' opinions even if they conflict with her own beliefs. She does this to avoid confrontation and to keep the peace. Taking on others' problems. Emma may feel a deep responsibility to solve the problems of her friends, family, and even coworkers, often sacrificing her own needs and boundaries in the process. Apologizing excessively. INFJs in this people-pleaser stage are prone to over-apologizing, even for things beyond their control. They feel a constant need to smooth things over for everyone around them. The people-pleaser INFJ has a deep-seated fear of disappointing others or causing emotional friction. They are empathetic, nurturing, and driven by the desire to be accepted and appreciated. However, this can lead them to ignore their own needs and well-being, setting the stage for a significant transformation. The shift from people-pleaser to Sigma often begins when the INFJ reaches a point of emotional exhaustion, commonly known as burnout. Over time, constantly giving and absorbing others' emotions without boundaries becomes overwhelming. The INFJ may realize that their people-pleasing behavior is unsustainable and even harmful. Here are some trigger points that lead to this realization. Emotional burnout. Emma starts feeling constantly drained. She's giving so much to everyone around her that she barely has energy left for herself. This burnout makes her question why she's sacrificing her own needs. Feeling taken for granted. As Emma continues to prioritize others, she realizes that many people don't appreciate or reciprocate her efforts. She feels undervalued and unappreciated. Repeated hurt or betrayal. INFJs tend to see the good in people, but after experiencing repeated disappointments, such as being taken advantage of or betrayed, Emma begins to see that her kindness has been exploited. Let's imagine that Emma's close friend repeatedly seeks emotional support from her but is never available when Emma needs someone to lean on. After multiple instances of one-sided support, Emma reaches a breaking point. She realizes that this friend values her as a comfort provider but not as an equal friend. This betrayal is a key moment for Emma, leading her to question her people-pleasing tendencies. The wake-up call for a people-pleaser INFJ is often a culmination of emotional burnout, feelings of being unappreciated, and experiencing repeated hurt. This realization sparks the first steps towards the INFJ becoming a more detached and self-reliant Sigma. Once an INFJ recognizes the cost of their people-pleasing tendencies, they often start a journey of detachment. This transformation is not about becoming cold or uncaring. Rather, it's about reclaiming their independence, setting boundaries, and protecting their emotional well-being. This shift allows the INFJ to embrace qualities associated with the Sigma personality type: detachment, independence, and self-assuredness. Here are the stages of embracing the Sigma INFJ identity. Stage 1. Setting stronger boundaries. The INFJ begins by establishing clear boundaries in relationships. Emma, for example, may start saying no to requests that drain her, which feels liberating and empowering. Stage 2. Prioritizing their own needs. The INFJ learns to put themselves first. This may include spending time alone to recharge, pursuing their own interests, and dedicating energy to personal growth rather than constantly focusing on others. Stage 3. Selective social interaction. Sigma INFJs tend to become highly selective with whom they invest time and energy. They value quality over quantity, preferring meaningful connections rather than being surrounded by people who don't genuinely care for them. Emma has a new approach to friendships. She's no longer the friend who is always available at any hour. Instead, she prioritizes her mental health, choosing to engage with people who reciprocate her kindness and respect her boundaries. The transformation into a Sigma INFJ is marked by detachment from external validation, a focus on self-preservation, and a more selective approach to relationships. INFJs learn to guard their empathy, becoming more discerning with whom they invest their emotional energy. To outsiders, the Sigma INFJ may seem distant or emotionally unavailable, especially if they're familiar with the INFJ's previous people-pleasing ways. However, this detachment is a conscious choice to protect their mental health and preserve energy for meaningful interactions. Here are the reasons behind the detached Sigma INFJ behavior. Self-protection. The Sigma INFJ has learned to prioritize their emotional health. By detaching, they avoid unnecessary emotional entanglements that could drain them. Focus on personal goals. Sigma INFJs channel their energy into self-development and personal projects. Their focus shifts from pleasing others to fulfilling their own potential. Avoiding superficial connections. Detachment allows Sigma INFJs to avoid shallow interactions. They're no longer interested in relationships that don't align with their values or contribute to their growth. Imagine that Emma is now less socially available, only spending time with people she deeply connects with. Some friends may see this as cold, but in reality, Emma is focusing on quality relationships that contribute to her well-being. The Sigma INFJ's detachment may appear as emotional distance to others, but it is actually a means of self-preservation. By becoming more selective with relationships, they protect their energy and align with their true self. As INFJs grow into the Sigma role, they cultivate a newfound sense of confidence. No longer reliant on others' approval, they become more comfortable with their own identity, values, and goals. This confidence is often subtle but powerful, giving them an alpha quality without the need for external validation. Here are the traits of an empowered Sigma INFJ. Quiet confidence. Sigma INFJs exude an air of confidence that isn't boastful but rather grounded in self-awareness. They're confident in their values and don't feel the need to explain themselves. Independence. They enjoy spending time alone and no longer fear solitude. In fact, they find it rejuvenating and empowering. Pursuit of authenticity. Sigma INFJs focus on authenticity in every area of life. They're driven by their own values rather than by societal expectations or approval from others. Emma, now a fully realized Sigma INFJ, starts a creative project that she's passionate about. She doesn't care about external validation or approval, she's simply driven by her love for the work itself. The empowered Sigma INFJ embodies self-assurance and independence, channeling their energy toward personal fulfillment rather than seeking acceptance from others. This transformation is a result of embracing their true nature. The journey from people-pleaser to Sigma INFJ is not easy, but it's incredibly rewarding. This transformation allows INFJs to experience a healthier, more fulfilling life. Here are some of the benefits of becoming a Sigma INFJ. Healthier relationships. With boundaries in place, Sigma INFJs build healthier, more balanced relationships. They're able to give without depleting themselves and receive genuine respect in return. Greater mental resilience. No longer absorbing everyone else's emotions, Sigma INFJs experience greater emotional stability and resilience. They have a clear sense of self, which helps them stay grounded. Freedom to pursue dreams. With newfound independence, Sigma INFJs feel empowered to pursue their dreams and passions, focusing on their own growth and happiness. Emma, once an exhausted people pleaser, is now thriving as a Sigma INFJ. She has meaningful relationships, a fulfilling career, and a strong sense of purpose that guides her life. The benefits of the Sigma transformation allow INFJs to experience life more fully. They build healthier relationships, develop emotional resilience, and enjoy the freedom to pursue their own dreams. The journey from a people pleaser INFJ to a detached Sigma INFJ is one of growth, resilience, and empowerment. It's not a coincidence that many INFJs undergo this transformation. It's a natural evolution that comes from recognizing their own worth and protecting their energy. If you're an INFJ on this journey, remember that detachment doesn't mean you're losing your empathy. Instead, it means you're learning to value yourself as much as you value others. If this video resonated with you, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more insights on personality psychology, and let us know in the comments if you've experienced this transformation.